So, hi there. How's everyone doing today? Today we've got the last watch in our Ice Diver series, the Ice Diver 2023 Seiko American reissues of the 65 models, the Ice Divers. And other years we've had the Willards, and this year we're going to have the 65 reissues. This is the final video of the three. If you missed the other ones, the SPB21 or the SPB419, please check out my videos specifically on those. At the end of each video I will compare all three watches so you can take a look at, pick your favorite of the bunch. Here we got the booklets. You can see there the 6R35, that is the caliber movement in this watch. Alright, so enough of the general stuff, let's take a look at this watch. Out of the three, this one has no blue. This is black and gray, and let's take a look at it. So you got the foam pieces there. That just kind of protects your watch if you ever wondered why it was there. And it's weird. Sometimes they'll have them, sometimes they don't. Same thing with the plastic bag things. I'll open up a Seiko watch that just came from the factory, and it won't have one of those things, so don't be alarmed if it doesn't. They are a lot more consistent than they used to be. But I'll stop talking about that. You guys get the point. Here we go. And this is the SPB 423, and it's got a really nice black gradient to it. You got the black bezel on there. And this watch, like the others, are inspired by challenging places to dive in the cold water. And these are the 2023 Prospex US Special Editions. Here we got the band. It's got the safety there, and it's got the extra latch on the side there to open up for the wetsuit. You got the safety and the push buttons there. The Tsunami logo is on the case back. Just overall a nifty watch altogether. Now this one, as I mentioned before, is the only black gray dial of this new Ice Diver series. The series is inspired by the 1965, the first Seiko dive watch, but basically modernized. And let's talk about the dial here. All these watches are stunning for the dials and just look fantastic. Each one feels like it's a whole different personality in this series. Sometimes they'll do a series and they all just feel like, you know, they're slightly different in color, but all three of these have a different kind of vibes to them, and that's why I put them at the end of the video. Alright, so this dial here of the SPB 421, no, we are talking about the 423, right? Yep, the 423. The 423 highlights the gray tones of the glacial ice around Alaska. So, you know, when you think of ice, you kind of think maybe, you know, water, like white and gray tones instead of the bluer tones that we were talking about in the blue ice as the other models, the 419 and the 421. This one, the 423, you have that light gray dial because of the tones of the glacial ice. So here we'll see it in the different angles as usual, so you can kind of get how the dial feels. Again, seeing it in person is pretty cool. I try to recreate that here in the videos, so you can really appreciate how much effort Seiko does into these dials. It used to be where the Presage was really the darling when it came to cool dials, but the Prospex has really stepped it up. We've had some really cool looking dials as of late, and each of these watches retail for $12.50. They all come with the stainless steel bracelets, and they have 70-hour power reserve. And here we can see some of that texture. We saw some of the texture in the blue 421, but here's the texture in the SPB 423. The black is a beautiful kind of like matte black with a slight sheen to it around the bezel, and then you got the black rim around there, and it goes into the gray and into the white. Done really well and looks fantastic. Here you can see it on my wrist. My wrist is a 7.5-inch wrist, and I've said it before, but the 65 has got such a good size to it, and it just looks really, really good. So these ones here are a little over 40 millimeters on the diameter there, and you have a sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating on there. So we'll take this watch and compare it to the other ones in a second. This one is the 6R35 caliber, and it is 40.5 millimeters, and that gives you that 70-hour power reserve. All the watches in the series have a 200-meter water resistance, and they were engineered for the compliance for the relevant ISO testings. They have screw-down crown and unidirectional bezels, and as you can see when we look at all three, each bezel perfectly matches the different dials and the different parts of the US cold water diving. And each watch is $1,250, $1,250 retail, and are a neat addition, I believe, to the 65. We saw the Willards and the other ones that have come out, but the 65 series looks really sharp. I did like the Willard ones too. They had some nice color dials on those as well. Here we can see the Lume in the dark room, and the Lume, as usual, looks fantastic. It's hard to go wrong with SEIKO PROSPEX when it comes to Lume. They all look real sharp and real good, real clearly and easy to identify. The one that's a little harder to see sometimes is that 3 o'clock little marker. Sometimes you can only see it at some of the different angles. I would like to thank you all for taking the time to watch this video. I really appreciate it. If you want, go ahead and check out our website, depaulus.com, and you could take a look at some of these watches on our site. And if you got any questions, send us an email. Thank you.